I mean, even the ex-pros, Alex and like Nick, they were saying like,
Are you serious?
Oh God, I haven't drunk a beer in a while. Apparently,
cheers. Thank you, prime time
on the zeros, which is probably testament to how hard we hit it after the game.
I couldn't go near a beer for a while.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Good to see you all again.
Pleasure to reunite.
It means I feel like we can relive that energy again.
Yeah.
And we can all be on the come down together.
That's the thing about it.
We're back in Bordeaux. Let's go.
Guys, firstly, thank you so much for coming down to the last episode of the Counterculture podcast. This is season 2, episode 8. On my left, I have Byron.
Big up to Byron.
Big up, Byron. Byron was the one who was creating all of the great content for us, right? Capturing all those special moments. How'd you find it?
Oh mate, I really enjoyed it. I don't think I expected it to be as such a big event. I mean, I knew exactly how many people were going to be there and what sort of led up to it, but I don't think any of us sort of anticipated how it'd really feel and seeing all those people there. And I think, the lighting, sort of the setup itself just made for a really, really nice photography, really nice content. So it was a real pleasure to be there, to be honest.
Sick, man. Well, welcome to the pod.
Cheers, mate.
Then we have Oli from Level Up Rugby. What are you saying, bro?
Pleasure. Come on, guys. Big
up to Oli.
Myself a round of applause. Content came out so well, purely just because of the lighting. I think like it was just so wonderfully shot, and I mean the backdrop of 42,000 people is pretty good as well. The game itself, was absolute theatre, as we're well aware, being part of it. I was lost at what the scoreline was. That's how far back and forth it was going, but literally a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like what dreams are made of, quite literally. It was. You want to play for England one day, maybe we do. Brad probably wants to play for Australia at some point, but it was England, and I was like, that was my childhood dream. It's not quite the same. I'm not pretending I got a cap from it, but it was a pretty good day out. Yeah,
counted as cap for me. And then on my right, we have Harvey. Welcome, Brad, from Primetime Beers.
Prime time.
Thank you for having me.
You okay? How do you find the Crunch Creator? For those who don't know, I should have probably introduced. This is basically everyone who played in the Crunch Creator.
To echo what these guys said, it was an incredible experience. Like I think we were all blown away by how well it was done, the level of production, just the execution. It was on point, and I think it was perfectly like created for us to get content, and it was made by a creator, and you could tell like all the kind of like frills and whistles were like put in place, so everyone was getting their cameras out and creating good content. I think that's done it justice, because like now the rugby world's talking about it, and that's what's so great for the rugby world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then last but certainly not least, we have Brad. How are you, boy?
Very good, man.
That's you were our physio for the England team on the Crunch Creator.
I was.
How did you find it? The overall experience before we dive in deeper.
Yeah, it was sick. It was awesome. I don't think I've covered anything like that big, but I think, testament to what the boys have just said, it's just like incredible experience being in Bordeaux, 42,000 people. But I think leading up to that, we all kind of meshed together really well, and we could all kind of feel that. And then game went really, really well, and it's huge for the rugby scene. But I think for me, looking after the boys, preventing injuries, and also just kind of being there for them was a really special kind of role for me. Keen for the next one next year. Let's go.
Fingers crossed we'll get selected.
And testament to Brad being here as well. I know you weren't playing, but I said to you when we were on that social, I think the night before the game on a Friday, I said to you, it was you and Josh, the coach, who were the glue in our team, keeping us together. Yes, quite literally keeping bodies together as well, being the physio. But you added so much to it in terms of that, not just emotional support, but just like social camaraderie. I think that's why you, like, even not playing, like, deserve a seat at the table to talk about it, because you were just so, in my opinion, integral to the social group. And we had a good group of people.
Yeah.
Like, it was such a good group of lads. Like, that could have gone very wrong, but it went very right. And yeah, it was just everyone playing their own little bit of part in the socials.
Oh, appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, man. Well, welcome.
What charmer.
Essentially, the first part of the podcast is we have something called the guest list, where we find out a little bit about you, how you got involved into rugby and your pathway, and then we'll talk a little bit about Crunch Creator a bit more formally, let's say, but after that. But Harvey, I'll probably start with you first. What was your pathway into rugby, and how did you start?
I grew up in Australia, Brad. You knew that, didn't you?
No way. I didn't know that.
So I actually started my rugby career down in Oz. So I started playing football, and then when I was at 11, played both. And my mum was like, taking me to both practices, both game days. I loved sports. But then it got to the point just like, you got to choose one. This is ridiculous. So I was like, okay, I went down the rugby route. And then, played from then onwards, really, in Spain. After I moved to Spain when I was like 13, played there, and then in sort of school and university in the UK. And then for Gibraltar, which is like where my mum's from. So I played for them from 18 to like 26.
Okay.
And then I hadn't basically played until the Crunch Creator for about 6-7 years. Started quite young, I guess, not like proper grassroots, but took it up pretty young, and absolute lover of the sport.
And how for Crunch Creator specifically, what would you say your favourite moment was?
I think,
was it when you made that break and then you gassed out?
Do you know what? That actually was my favourite moment, because it was a lovely break, but I definitely didn't have the gas in it, and it was a rude awakening to be like, that's the difference between like being rugby fit and not. And that was like, and for me, that this game was like a reason to get back into the sport. I want to go back and play for Gibraltar, so that was like, right, you've got some work to do. That was a nice wake-up call. But scoring that try in the corner, which was a lovely work try by Good, and then to Dylan, and then to me, and I just sort of touched it down in the corner. It was nice. Silence 42,000. It's always good.
And then one thing I quite liked is that you called it before, didn't you? You said you were going to get the hattie.
Yeah.
And then you did the celebration. You called it, right?
Yeah, that's so. I was going to thank you for that, actually, because you asked me that and whip your camera out. We wouldn't have that footage otherwise. But like weeks out, I was like, I want to get a primetime head guard, primetime mouth guard, because when I score, I'm gonna I'm gonna go for that celebration. But it was great that you called it the evening before. And we had it on camera.
Nice. And then a bit about you. What was your journey into rugby, and how did you start getting involved?
My journey is the same as most English lads. Is just started playing when I was 5. My dad was my coach. Classic. Tried playing other sports, was pretty useless at them, and then just dialed in on rugby all the way through. Like school, went to Bath, was in the academy there till I got released. Went to Loughborough University, and that's where like the content started. Started making like coaching videos just because I love the game, just care about growing it so much. I appreciate there's a lot of nuance and technical stuff that goes on in rugby that people don't understand. So if I can help people see and watch the game more clearly, or play it more clearly, and help them enjoy it more, then the game's going to grow. That's where Level Up Rugby started. And then from that, got loads of cool opportunities to go to games and things. And I thought, you know what, why not start a little personal brand alongside? Level Up's just about coaching. It's just about helping people. It's not about me. But if I'm going to these cool things, why don't I show off a bit of personality as well? So I started the OJ Rugby brand, and that's where I get to do cool things like this, where it's more about me. It's not about me, but it's just like showing people what cool things there are to do in rugby, going to different games, ranking the grounds that I go to and things like that. And that then led us all the way through the Crunch Creator of the Week, which was definitely the pinnacle of my career.
And the most memorable moment for you, was it shushing the crowd, would it be? Or
there's 3 most memorable moments, all involved with goal kicking, because I don't seem to score many tries, but kicking goals is something I enjoy doing. And it was crazy how years of like panicking, kicking in front of no one, just seemed to go silent when there's all those boos ringing out around the ground. It was fascinating how like people, like professional players, say that the worst thing is when people are quiet, because there's almost an expectation that they want you to kick the goal because they respect you. But when they're booing you, it's like, if I kick this, it's going to be great. I'm going to enjoy this process. So the mentality behind it was real simple. Just get through the ball and then turn around and give it a big one to the crowd behind me, which was great fun. Yeah, no,
it was class. It was good to see. Byron?
Yeah.
What's your relationship with rugby? For those who don't know, do you want to kind of say a little bit about what you're doing now?
So I mean, my title is a production manager at IP agency. The IP was the agency that sort of selected the England squad and kind of made it happen on the English side of things. But I mean, I used to play rugby when I was at school for a bit, and then I kind of just like, I was always a little bit smaller and kind of like got out of it when I got a bit older, because I just couldn't be bothered to get absolutely smashed up every weekend. So like, I kind of like played more football, and hadn't really touched rugby since, because I don't think I really understood the game properly, because I was like a forward and I was just kind of getting bashed up, and like I didn't really understand the rules and kind of just played. But I feel like Crunch sort of maybe kind of a bit more interested in it.
Yeah.
And sort of started to understand it a little bit more, and it showed me a different perspective to the game. So I'm definitely more interested in it now.
And you got to line up with the famous, how many was there? 17 of us, 18 of us?
Yeah.
You got to line up with us, didn't you?
Yeah,
wearing a kit.
So
like John Terry.
Well, we were basically told like a day before, Jack, the boss, my boss, turned around and said we were kind of short on a couple of players. So me, Brad, and Jack sort of went up in the line out, or not the line out, in the line up, and sang the national anthem, which was an experience in itself, to be fair.
I knew a total of about 5 words.
You were right at the start. Yeah, it was all right.
If you check there's a video as well. There's a shoot video, and I'm the first one, and I'm literally like flashing the English. I'm just like not singing.
Your family will be so proud of you tonight after that.
You can hear
Well, it's funny when you think about the team. It's like the manager, the coach, and the physio were all Australian,
and they were loving it as well.
It's kind of ironic, isn't it? Yeah.
And they were just there like, come on.
Yeah.
Well, didn't you do a wink or like kiss the badge? Or you did?
Yeah, for sure. I looked at the camera and I was
He's overcompensating now. He's like, well, best look as English as possible.
Obviously, Brad, you were our physio, right? As kind of Oli mentioned. What was your job, role in the day? How did you find the whole experience? And like what was your most memorable moment, would you say?
I'm super grateful for the whole experience. I'm obviously from Australia, so I grew up playing rugby league actually at a pretty high level. So I played for West Tigers up until 18, and then the whole story about shoulder dislocation, reconstruction, and I decided probably going to be more of the one who fixes people as opposed to getting broken every weekend. So I decided to be a physio, and from that kind of moment on, I was still surrounding by sport and all that sort of stuff, but kind of a different role. So yeah, I mean, I was pretty grateful because Johnny Barrett, big ups Johnny Barrett.
What a man. What a legend. In every sense of the word.
So I've been his physio for 3 years, and he's obviously had a really good kind of career in rugby. And I also work at Chelsea Football Club, so I've been there for 3 years as well. But yeah, he basically just said to me, look, we need a physio for this crunch team. And I was like, what's this all about? And yeah, spoke to IP and all them, and they were like, yeah, you come highly recommended. So we went down to the Harlequins field, and yeah, it was just sick from that moment on, just gelling with all the boys. Had a few kind of injuries leading up to the actual day. Obviously, Chugs unfortunately had a pneumothorax and a broken rib, which was really unfortunate because he would have been huge over in Bordeaux. So yeah, leading up to it was awesome. And then yeah, probably my favorite moment was probably running out and then actually realizing how big like the arena was and the environment and the energy. 42,000 French booing us was a lot. But yeah, no, it was awesome, and we got all the boys through ideally as best we could. So it was really cool. Yeah, it was awesome.
I got a lot of questions afterwards. Like people were saying, like, do you think that this could have happened in the UK? What do you guys think? Crunch Creator, it worked really well in France, but do we really think it would work?
I think it kind of has to in order for it to continue. I feel like if it's just going to be the French who are dominating it, and it's it has to, if it's going to expand, it needs to be over here, doesn't it?
I think like there was a lot of doubt that we could do it to that level, but obviously like rugby in France is probably deeper rooted, more like a religion there. I mean, we've got kind of a lot of other sports that kind of take front seat, but I think with the right people, the right sort of lead up, the right strategy, we could definitely get to that point. I think the way that I see it running, and you probably know more as IP agency, like us going back next year, but next year having a lot more like planning, a lot more content our side, a lot more hype on the English side, getting a decent amount of like UK spectators, and then the third year bringing it back home once we've kind of developed that hype. And like, because off the back of this, last weekend, everyone is like, wow, that was crazy. I didn't know, like all the invites that I'd sent out, like people are busy. It's, it's going away. They're like, I wish I'd come. I'm like, yeah, no, it was quite a serious thing. So I can see it coming home after next year.
I don't think it's just that it worked in France. I think it specifically works in Bordeaux because they just love rugby there. Their home ground has been sold out like 30 games in a row. Yeah. They are a rugby mad city, especially bearing in mind, I remember when the team buses came out and they were going crazy at the back of this restaurant place. Just people who just seemed to know rugby were waiting around. Yeah. That's why I don't think it necessarily work immediately externally, but with the right internal group, the right backing behind it, I reckon could get there. It just requires a bit more push, because after the game, the amount of people messaged me saying, what was that about? I didn't even know that was going on. And I'm there like, damn, like, you haven't got your ear close enough to the ground with this stuff, or we're not making enough noise about it, arguably, if you can control those controllables. But I think I don't know about 42,000. 42,000 is crazy.
Yeah, that's
a
lot.
Mad number.
It was almost packed an hour before the game even kicked off,
Yeah.
which is like unlike anything I've seen before.
100%.
Like the biggest football teams, the biggest stadiums in the UK, like you don't see people sort of waiting there an hour before kickoff.
And hours after as well.
Yeah, hours
Entertaining
after,
them
yeah,
until 1 o'clock we're in the stadium in the
Well,
morning.
you were signing autographs all about
For me, the craziest thing was like all of the activations they had like around the game. So like it was almost like the game was just like the halftime show, but they had like water slide parties, they had an after party DJ, they had loads of different things, which I found really interesting. I think that's where rugby needs to get to. Rugby needs to become and see itself as an entertainment sport.
That's something that France does do really well in terms of the whole experience. Even the way they schedule games, it was a 9 p.m. kickoff. Like, we're never doing that here in the UK. No one's coming out at 9 p.m. to go to a game, but that's how much they love it there. Alongside like flags in the stands. I know it's such a small thing, but they give out free flags. The cost of that is significant.
Yeah.
But they just want to make it a little bit better for people in the stands. The fact they've got that guy running around the pitch with his full suit and boots on, like interviewing players as they've just scored a try or as he's taking the kick to win the game.
Yeah.
That was a prime example of how content can collaborate with rugby to boost it, because you begin to see the demographic in that stadium was like 20 to 30.
Yeah.
Those are the people we want at the games.
Yeah. What else do you think could have been done to improve it? So like you kind of spoken a bit about like more content from our side and more content opportunities. Maybe it was a little bit one-sided, but yeah, what do you reckon could have been done to improve Country Creator? Considering that we want to get back on again.
I mean, as I said after the game to a lot of people, as much as it sucks to lose, and I hate losing as much as the next man, I don't think anyone really lost, because the theatrics of the way that game played out, winning it with the last kick of the game, the only thing that potentially we could have done more of is push it more on our side. But even still, like, we did make some noise here and there, but at the same time, it also felt a little bit last minute. It felt like they had posters out for months in advance. They had a whole advert rolling out. So they had a bit more time to prepare for it. And also they had, not to talk myself out of a starting jersey here, but some like big time French influencers. Not to put anyone else in our team down. We got the chief chat officer and he's a pretty big time content guy. But like, I don't know. Yeah, Prof. No, that's true. Also, Prof was big time.
The biggest thing for me is we were all rugby-ish content creators. They were the likes of the Sidemen.
That's the word.
They were like content creaters who kind of had a heritage in rugby.
Those are the words.
And that's the difference.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I think for us to execute the same way, if it is to come our way after next year, we would need to probably get some big creators on board.
Who would you get on? Like, who would you want to see from like the UK side, like content creators get on and play rugby?
But that's the thing. That's the difference between rugby and football. Is like a celebrity can play football. Look at the soccer aid on the weekend. Like they can just kick a ball. It look hilarious to do it. But there's a certain level of health and safety that goes into playing against Bastero of all places.
Good quality and good level of rugby. You know,
and it was a good level. It was a good game. There weren't too many knock-ons.
No, I think that was the other, like my family are rugby like fanatics. All my uncles, and they watched it and they were like, that was good rugby to watch. That was entertaining, and I think that was a key thing to its success. Like you know, there were some good spells of rugby. There weren't many like knock-ons and basic errors. Like it was end-to-end stuff. On the scoreline, as well as like just the basic skill set on the pitch. And like Moses and Keys, they've never played and they put on a show. So I think you're gonna have to find a balance between like top tier creators to sell and really hype the event, and equally enough skill set on the pitch so it doesn't become a shambles.
Agreed. I also think that if the build up and the build up was long enough, you get content creators, you train them up for 9 months, 6 months maybe. That's a big commitment. They'll be at a good enough level to put on a pretty decent game. So like that's why like I was speaking about this to my friends. Like, I'd love to see like a Chunks in 2 years' time, maybe next year play. Like, how sick would that be?
It would be cool, but at the same time, to take 6 months out of that paycheck's looking pretty large. They're not going to do it for the love of the game.
No. It just comes back to funding at the end of the day. Like if you want to be well prepared for a game or a match or anything like that. It's preparation, it's training, it's the team gelling together and that sort of stuff. So it's going to take some
one
more
person.
backing.
I reckon Joe Marler would bring people with him.
He'd be good.
If there's going to be anyone, not to disregard the legends we had in our game because they were legendary, but he is now mainstream enough. Like, he was playing in soccer, he was playing on the traitors. Like, he's actually in the mainstream where people outside of rugby know him as that ex-rugby player, but he's Joe Marler. If he plays in it, I reckon people come. I reckon more noise is made about it at the very least to make it a bit more awareness, to then grow it with the Rugby Pass subscriptions
Agreed.
to watch online.
Agreed. He's got that crossover.
Are you officially calling him out?
Next to play with us, please.
Yeah, good call out.
Your man.
Not fighting. No fighting.
Maybe you can just tackle Bastro for us. Just 1v1 you two. That'd be great.
That would be content.
Obviously, we had a lot of new players haven't played in a while. Who surprised you? Who was actually like, oh shit, this guy's actually pretty good. Like, and I was surprised.
I thought Moses was great. Like he carried himself well, like lightning quick, but he had a bit of like agility to him. Like, he read the game well enough. He put in some tackles. Like, for someone who's never played, that's a really quick, like, hard skill to pick up, and he did it really well.
Yeah, and just his try. Like, I don't think he realized how hard it is to run a full pace, have to to slow down, pick it up
the
and
ball,
dive over. Like,
the egg-shaped ball that could have gone anywhere. He managed to sort of time it well enough to give it the bounce to get. I
was really impressed with him, to be honest. Yeah,
Keys impressed me. Not necessarily on the ball. I think his only touch he knocked on, but other than that, I remember.
No, his tackle was good. His tackle.
I was on the sideline trying to catch my breath of all things, and then I see Keys like jockeying. He's like working back, like showing the outside, just drifting. And he the bundles are going to touch. I'm like, I run onto the field. I'm like, mate, how on earth did you learn how to do that? He's like, oh, it's like football, innit? Like, just defending down the edge. I'm like, oh, when you put it like that, I guess maybe it is. I mean, I'm overcomplicating it, but that was impressive to see.
Yeah.
And that's testament to the coaches, I think.
Yeah.
They got those lads up to scratch in a way not many other people would be able to do.
Big time. I wouldn't want to run a Keys.
No. Byron, how about you? Who are you most surprised with? Like, in terms of
in terms of play, I think I was going to say Moses. I thought he was insane. I mean, it was his first time properly playing rugby. I mean, in that sort of environment as well. I mean, he's obviously ridiculously fast, but as you said, to score that try, run practically halfway across the pitch, be that guy, and I mean, it was insanely good.
No, it was good.
I think Harvey was really strong as well, mate. I mean, not because I've been editing your highlight reels, but
it's true. Forgot Byron on the highlight reel.
I wonder why that video was so good. I saw it the other day. I was like, that's
gone inside it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it was insane. I thought you had some insane highlights. Super pacey, super strong.
Appreciate it.
It was good. And out of the legends, who did we have? We had Good. Who else?
Nick
Bendenon, Johnny Barrett,
Dylan Armitage.
Dylan.
That was it.
Yeah. How did you think they went, and who surprised you? Who still got it? Who could?
I'd like to see. I mean, Armitage back in the day, you could see still had it. He's still really super strong, confident, all that sort of stuff. It was awesome.
Speaking to that bloke in the week, as athletic and skillful as he is, that sets him aside. But it's his mentality. He crosses the paint and he just becomes a different animal. He's not the kind of guy you want to get in the way of. He was, incredibly impressive.
Yeah, he's got a dog in him, hasn't he? You see when he gets the ball, that try he scored in the bottom right, he was just fending off, but it was it was a proper. He just didn't want to get near him. And then obviously he got that yellow at the end because he's just I'm making hits.
Yeah,
he nearly got the yellow card first play of the game. Do you remember?
Off the kickoff, I was stood right next to him. I saw him go up for it. I was like, oh God, here we go. It's like slow motion. It was all happening. I was like, oh, thank God I didn't get yellowed for that.
Wouldn't want to play against him. Nick Bendham's still so silky. The way that he just glides through gaps, Brown players. Alex Goo's just too good, but he's just it's his timing. The way that he can draw players in, pop the ball at the right time, and just creates opportunity. He's so good. And then Johnny's he's 46 and he's playing at that standard. That is unbelievable.
Yeah,
he is so good still.
That tackle on Bassett. Right?
Yeah. No one else is making that.
I honestly, I saw Bassett and I was like, you know what? Take a business decision and just you go through.
For the good of your own health.
It's a bit of a matador about it.
Actually, God, I just said that on camera.
In the background as well with Johnny, he hasn't had probably the last 3 years that I've kind of been managing his injuries, that sort of stuff. He's actually had a pretty up and down road. He's now worked so hard. I think he's gone from 105 kilos down to 96 or something. But he's in the gym every day, training super hard, has managed all these injuries, and he's literally given it his all to show up on the day. So it's like that performance was definitely like
100%.
all these hard work for sure.
It was class. And obviously, Byron, you were the videographer, right? And that was your first time, was it? Video no rugby?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I did a couple of the training sessions, but like, it was the first time sort of, but I was using a slightly shorter lens, so I wasn't necessarily trying to get all the plays, but I was more there to like get some more like natural kind of colloquial shots of everyone on the sidelines, you know, create like a little video of everyone sort of more the camaraderie side of things. And like, that was just really, really fun to do. And
as a creative in rugby, you guys will know this, we're seeing a lot less broadcast shots and we're seeing a lot more long lens shots. So it feels like you're playing with the player. Have you also found that? And how did you find getting those shots essentially? And like, do you think that it's important for shots like that?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can sort of capture a different level of quality nowadays from a distance, and like you can have personal sort of videographers there trying to capture specific moments of specific players. And I think to get that sort of different style of like content rather than just being the wide broadcast lens, and you get like a close-up, you know, and ultra 4K with nice sort of bokeh in the background, like a depth of field, I think it just looks so strong, and I think it probably performs way better on socials.
I think it does. We're seeing a lot of like all the Prem players actually doing it. I know Oli Lawrence, Marcus Smith, a lot of them all have their own personal videographers that come to games so they can upload it on their socials.
So for a technophobe like me, are you saying what, like getting like close up content is outperforming like the setback stuff where you see all the visuals behind? Like where you're zooming in, you know, like they're doing these like really aesthetic, like cinematic slow-mos of the play, but it's like almost like player by player as opposed to like zoomed out. Is that what you're saying?
Commercial broadcast, I mean, like it's shot so everyone can kind of see everything at a very consistent quality, and there's so much behind it where they can't really risk anything, right? But then you've got videographers on the sidelines with super long lenses sort of trying to capture these special moments of specific people and getting close-ups of these hits and being able to shoot it in different frame rates and being able to slow it down and sort of edit it up to make it work on socials. I mean, it's just a very different, cool way of sort of.
I think it was Max Brown that really started that off, I think.
Yeah, that's what I've seen on Max Brown stuff, where it's him playing and it's like
exactly
player to player and then the cameras move there and you're like, okay.
Shoots it on a long lens, like it's framed up tight rather than this massive broadcasting. And that's the thing with the clips from my side of things. Like screen recording the clips of the broadcast stream do not do as well as having a tight up close shot, whether that's on an iPhone, whether that's on a long lens. And then you've now seen in rugby the likes of like Champagne Rugby, for example, building a whole business off sending videographers, not just photographers, to games, because it's all well and good getting photos. They're nice for Instagram shots from time to time, but personally, I always wanted my games recorded. So when you get those clips and you've got the frame rate turned all the way up so you can slow it all the way down, it makes it look so clean. And now you're seeing a shed load of people like Clutch Control, like he's going out shooting games now for teams. Like he'll either get employed by Saris or Bath just to go and shoot content that the broadcast stream can't quite capture, which is just great to see for rugby because it does do brilliant numbers for those certain people.
And you can capture emotions as well. You know, you can always see people's faces and you get like a really clear sort of look at how it's all going because it's so physical. And you can watch everything.
Yeah, not just on the pitch either. Like, like you were saying about your off-field stuff. That's what I loved seeing. Because like that's where the emotion and the personality and the connection between players you can really feel. And oftentimes people have their back to that. They're busy filming the stuff on the pitch. And as nice as it is to get those shots, luckily the thing was broadcasted, so we've got all the clips we want. But when you're there capturing that sideline stuff, that was brilliant because it's really what the memories are made of. When I'm on the pitch, I don't remember anything, but it's when I'm on the sideline with the boys, that's what I love to see.
What was your favourite off-field moment, would you say? Or top three? I know that's a big question, but what would you say your top three?
How far off field are we talking?
Not too far.
Thursday
Just one
night.
step.
Thursday night.
Jesus Christ.
Just
that wasn't good.
just one just one step off field. But you know what? It's probably even before that. You answer that question. It's probably worth just breaking down the week and how it went. So do you guys want to explain like what we did? So we got there.
So we all got there Thursday midday morning. Actually, we all kind of came within 24 hours, but from Thursday to sort of Friday lunchtime, we all got together at the hotel. Thursday night, we all had a dinner as a team, started to gel. As you say, we gelled super well, but then the beers got flowing. And, we were there to have a good time, but we knew that on the Saturday at 9 p.m, like, we had a job to do.
Yeah.
But, in the lead up to that, it was a fun experience, and we all got involved. And I think there's a key part to our success and how we played together was that gel on Thursday night and like getting together and having a laugh.
Especially,
and we definitely did that.
Considering that the French, at the time that we were in the bar having a few drinks and some steak, they were out training. We see on socials, just scrolling through to see, like, again, those kind of slowed down, slow-mo shots of them catch pass. And we're just there, like, looking at the beers like, nah, this is better. I said to the coach just before, and I was like, this is better for us than going out and training technically, because there's so much more value to forming that connection than it is we're going to learn about catch and pass.
There's
at
also
this point.
32 degrees, so you're going to hydrate. Hydration is key,
There's water and beer. We know that.
Yeah.
Prime time.
Shout out prime time. But yeah, so what, your favourite moment would you say for the Thursday?
I mean, it's a highlight for me, without a doubt.
I reckon my favourite moment was before we probably like the day of the match, and we're doing kind of all our preparation stuff. The team was together, and I think it was super special. So the coach basically said, "Keys, get up and perform for us." So Keys obviously a rapper. So I think before we were going into kind of the strategy and the serious sort of stuff, it was really nice for everyone to get up, and Coach Billy basically said everyone get up and dance, and Keys is rapping his new track. So I thought that was really, really special, just because, we're about to go to war, but at the same time, let's come together. Yeah. It was quite nice.
I agree. Mine wasn't exactly that moment, but it was like just before that. When we got into like the hotel, we're doing like the room, you could feel everyone's nervous, but no one really wanted to say they were nervous. It was kind of awkward. So Billy was like, right, this is weird, but we're going to go around and hug everyone. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
What song did he
like,
play?
What are we doing?
He said he played some old song as well, and we're all like, I love you, bro.
Yeah. And then you literally give them the biggest hug you can. I was like, this is weird. I don't want to do this. Then you did it. And it's like, actually, mate, this is actually working. And it just got all that weird tension. I was certainly feeling that weird nervousness and tension. Yeah. I thought that was really cool. It's something that I'm probably going to take in as I become 13 captain next year into like my like day rugby or like Saturday rugby, because I thought it was a really powerful tool to do.
I quite enjoyed the walk in with the smoke, the handheld things, and just like that was like the moment where I was like, right, game on. Like, this is serious. There's thousands of people outside the stadium booing us, which only gets us going. Like the smoke, and then just it was like tunnel vision from there in. That was like my moment. I was like, all right, let's go.
Leaving the hotel and seeing all those people that travelled all the way there to come just see us walk out was just insane. Yeah. And there was a geezer that tried to go onto the coach. Remember that?
Yeah.
Some French bloke.
He was part of the sponsors. Not looking like that, you're not. You're fucking coach, mate. 10 beers deep, get out.
They're all battered, just like booing us from a distance.
It shows the passion of like
hilarious
that's there. They're literally, even if it's to come and boo us, they're at our hotel as we're getting onto the bus, and then they're, everyone's getting to the stadium, and then we're getting held fireworks to walk in and literally light up before we get into the stadium. Like, it's just, it's unreal.
It was friendly booing as well. It was all in like good faith.
Of course
like,
it was still rugby at the end of the day. It wasn't too, but that's the demographic that does that. You don't see the fucking brown shoes, jeans brigade at Twickenham doing that kind of stuff. That's the demographics, especially the French with all their passion. Like, that's
you see that in football though, don't you?
Exactly, that's what I mean. Maybe that's I don't know. It's like, at what point do you leave the rugby values behind to bring that kind of camaraderie of like, well, us versus them? But that's the way that it worked in terms of like, it's not like the Sidemen charity match where they're playing against each other. There was actually rivalry, especially the way that Dylan was talking in the week about how he loves England and hates the French. It's like, maybe I can get behind that, because it caused such drama within it. I thought it was great, that hostility.
I think they were really, really nice opponents as well. I feel like they were really respectful. Generally, people, it was all fun and games. Like, there were a lot of booing, a lot of shouting, but I feel like at the end of it, they were all quite respectful.
100%. We went into their rooms afterwards and had a chat with them. Like, I was like tentatively walking in. My mate DJ, like, he's the most charismatic bloke, so he'll just go and make friends with everyone. But I was there like, don't want to go and spoil their party. But when I got there, like, offering me burgers, getting photos, it was great. I was like, oh my god,
now that we've beaten you, we'll be nice. Here you go. Had they not been like, get out.
That would have been awkward. But no, personally, that was my favourite moment.
As well as your parents coming?
Yes, my parents, my favourite moments didn't happen too far off the field.
Yeah.
My parents came out, so they were very proud of me. A lot of tears were shed there. Like they couldn't believe it as much as I couldn't. But my favourite moment off the field was getting my mate involved. Danny's been on the camera for me for months now. I've followed the Six Nations around and stuff. And he's an absolute baller, as we're well aware. Like he's too good at rugby to be
good.
Yeah, he's very good.
doing that sort of stuff.
Good
but
ringing.
obviously got the call up, and then after the game we were walking around, we did like a lap as if we were playing for England, as if people really wanted to see us, and people were shouting to come take photos, to come sign stuff.
Crazy, yeah.
Everyone.
You
I
took your
gave
socks off.
I gave some of my
Oh,
socks.
you
Yeah,
gave
yeah,
some
and shorts
stuff away.
and socks.
I gave my pants up away.
Yeah,
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, we had a spare though, didn't we? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we chucked some bits out, but that was personally like incredible for me.
Yeah.
Like to be treated as if I'm some celebrity, especially Deej as well, who's often behind the camera. Don't get me wrong, he's got an image, he's pretty recognisable, but yeah, to walk around with him and just soak it all up with these people who just were crazy for rugby, that was great to see.
Sick. But yeah, circling back round, obviously we are drinking primetime beers.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Delicious. Harv, do you want to speak a little bit about primetime, what it is? And because there's quite like a big link with rugby as well, right? So
Yeah, to be honest, conceptually it very much started because of rugby and my relationship with rugby. And, you know, I mean, the baseline of primetime is that it's beer, but better. So all of our beers are more health conscious, lower calorie, lower carb, gluten free. The zero that you're drinking is infused with magnesium and vitamin B12. This new one's a sort of functional pear lager, which has like an enzyme that helps break down alcohol and reduce your hangover. But ultimately, it was back in my rugby days when, you know, you're playing week in, week out, you're having sort of beers in the changing room, you're trying to stay in shape, you're trying to, you know, live a balanced lifestyle. But then the beer side, you know, on the weekend and post work back in my finance career was kind of contradictory to that balance, that lifestyle. So we actually started the brand with the caffeine infused lager and our normal lager, both low calorie, low carb, gluten free. And it was because, you know, 4 p.m. after a game of rugby, you're in the changing room with the boys, you've got, you know, a whole night ahead of you, the evening and, you know, post-match stuff, and you're knackered. And I was finding myself in the change room banging a coffee and then having a beer, and like the two just didn't suit on the palate or the stomach. So I was like, well, actually, why isn't this combined? Why isn't there beer that's a bit more functional and a bit more like considered and thought through? And that was really the inception of it. And then now we've got 5 products: the caffeine lager, the normal lager, the IPA, zero, and the pear, all sort of better for you or functional.
I've not actually heard of caffeine lager before. That's actually, is it first one of its kind?
It's the world's first, as is the pear lager, as is
idea.
the zero actually, with magnesium and vitamin B12.
Yeah.
And then the low calorie beer is a thing in the wider world. Like in Australia, it's huge. Again, one of the big influences behind the brand. You know, growing up there, I wasn't drinking beer when I left at 13, but having gone back since, you know, it's that you can't go into a bar or pub without having a few low carb, low calorie beers on offer. The same in the US, it's massive. Like the number one selling beer in the US is a low calorie, low carb beer. So it's a big thing globally, but the UK hasn't really caught up. So we're kind of pioneering the space here in the UK. But then we're kind of going a little bit further and going, well, what else can we do to low calorie beer to make it even better?
Yeah.
And it's infusing functional fruit into it, or with our zero, it's infusing vitamins.
Are you in any rugby clubs, or you're working with some rugby players?
We're in Richmond.
Richmond, nice.
We're down there. It surprised me because I went down to watch London Scottish a few weekends back, and I was like, I'm not going to have to drink some of the beer. And then I looked in the fridge, I was like, oh, yes, prime time.
Nice.
A few others, in and around the London sphere. I think we're in Roslyn Park.
RP, yeah.
And Richmond.
I'm just waiting for a beer with creatine and protein in it, and then we're good.
Yeah.
Dear God.
there is that. There's some zeros with protein, but the protein can take away from the flavour and the experience. And that's the critical thing for us. It's like the experience and flavour was number one box that needed ticking, because no one wants to sacrifice that beer drinking experience, that first sip. So it was
Last
that
thing I want is
first.
to drink a beer that's supposedly better for you, but it tastes like rubbish. That's not the point. If I'm going to delve in, I'll dive in. But
On that note, another.
got any more zeros in there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
please.
no, I don't.
No.
I outskewed the zeros because like the boys are going to have a proper beer, aren't they?
Oh no, I'm
I've
trying
got
to
pear,
stick.
though,
I'm
4%.
running
Can I
away
try
from
some of the
beers
pear?
for my life right now.
Because I've seen like Korean pears, like a hangover
It's
cure,
exactly
right?
that. It's Korean pear. It's nashi pear.
That's insane.
Infused into it. So it's real
Super
fruit.
cool. Does it actually come from Korea or no?
No, so ours is the only nashi pear grown in the UK. So it's an Asian pear, but we have the UK supply
Sick.
chain.
Very
So
nice.
it's British hand-picked nashi pears into our lager. So it's the lager that you're drinking, but then real sort of pear juice put into it, basically, in short.
Wow.
Yeah, where do you manufacture?
I brew it down in Brains, a brewery in Wales, and then also another one up in Bedford.
Oh,
So
love
we-
that.
yeah.
GB.
Yeah, all UK. Yeah,
Oh, I'm so here for
Yeah.
that.
yeah. Support the domestic.
Are you working with any rugby players at the moment?
Henry Slade is
Henry
one of
Slade.
our ambassadors, and then no one sort of more official than
Yeah,
that. But we like send products out, and like
Yeah, of course.
Like for me, obviously, selfishly, I want to be in and around the rugby scene because I love it, and I
Yeah.
feel this is a perfect beer to, cater to that market and that lifestyle of
Yeah.
people wanting, like, it's a very beer heavy lifestyle. We all like a good beer, like in the stadium as a spectator, and the actual professionals often on the off the pitch, not on. So yeah, that for me, it feels like the right place to be in terms of like alignment to sport. That and cricket. Cricket again is a great sort of beer like focused sport where you're sitting there quite stagnant for long hours watching games, and like if you could have a lighter, easy on the stomach beer, go a long way.
Have you
Okay.
are you in Oz yet or no?
We've sent some zeros out. Someone picked up our zeros. No, but US is kind of where we're currently expanding into as of recent. Anyway, yeah,
Good place to be in. Like World
Yeah.
Cup's going out to the US in 2037, is it?
It's the next one,
Maybe
32.
it's the next one. Maybe 32, yeah.
27's. Where is it?
32?
Japan. Is it? No, that was last.
Yeah,
No,
It is 32, isn't it?
yeah.
isn't it?
No,
No, it's Australia.
It's
next year.
31. It'll be
No,
30.
it's the one after Australia.
Yeah,
It's the
so
one
it's
after,
yeah,
it's the
next
one
is
after
Australia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is Brisbane, isn't it?
I'll have to go back home.
Yeah.
I'm 100% going back.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be
Yeah.
a good time to go out there. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Do you think Crunch Created would work in America?
This is a video idea I've had, which I'll be rolling out very soon. Keep your eyes peeled. Is to essentially get the broader community. Like, I know a lot of people in the UK space, but people are global in Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and America especially, and seeing if there could be some way of making another team. Like, how would the States go if it was just States-based players or just South African-based content people, or the same with Australia and New Zealand? Because I like the fact that, with some exceptions of our physio and our coaches, we were English. It's like it was a group of English lads. How would that then work in America? Because there's some big-time creators who are living out there.
I'm pretty sure they did something similar. It wasn't exactly Crunch Creator, but they got a load of creators out in America last year and did like rugby drills. Do you remember Vic? I think.
Oh yeah, Vic went
remember
out to that.
Vic
No,
was-
I do
yeah.
remember. I don't know if that was an activation or whether that was more of a. I don't think that was as much of a game per
No,
se.
yeah, it wasn't a game.
But yeah, there's definitely a market. But I reckon I remember who was speaking to me. I can't remember. Maybe it was Robbie Gillette. Like, there's a South African content guy, and he's like, oh, "What about a South African team?" I was like, "You know what? Absolutely not. I'd much rather, as big as he is, run into Bastro than and retired Eben Etzebeth.
Yeah.
That would be horrendous. And they'd just be all massive and probably very, very good at rugby compared to us who are much easier at it. But I reckon there'd be some teams out there.
I think so. I think a Crunch Creator, not World Cup, but a Crunch Creator Six Nations like kind of vibe that would be a vibe.
Yeah, I don't know how it would work in terms of like a long format of multiple games, but a few like standalone one-off games, I reckon could, especially in South Africa. You talk about rugby mad nations. Like, if France is big, South Africa is even bigger for that kind of stuff. I don't know how big their content creation scene is beyond rugby. I'm not really in that world, but if they had some big time creators from South Africa who, again, like we're talking about, are bigger than the game but still know the game, then that would be pretty good. But yeah, I have to one game at a time, I reckon. Let's just go and run that again in France somewhere.
Nice. Well, guys, that is pretty much it. I'd like to thank you all for joining Counterculture Pod, Season 2, Episode 8. Round of applause, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, mate.